everyone. How are you? How is everyone doing on this Friday? I hope everyone is pretty much having a pretty good day. Welcome back to this channel, Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot. I am back. I haven't come recently to upload any videos until now. For these past couple of days, I've been fighting, been under the weather, been fighting some headaches, probably the cold, whatever it is, just been trying to nip it in the bud. So if I sound congested, if you hear some sniffles, that will be why. So I'm still not 100%, but I am definitely getting there and felt strong enough to come to you today. I come to you today to actually discuss another celebrity death. So this will be a special reading that will be done about the sudden death of DJ Stephen Twitch Boss, who used to be the DJ for the Ellen Show. And so this death has in some way definitely been the top death or the major incident that has been flooding social media. And normally when I do or is ready to bring you guys another celebrity death reading, which is something I just recently started and just have done too. But even with those two that I did bring onto this channel, I would give you, the audience, the viewers, a heads up of who would be the next one that I would be decoding. And I didn't even get a chance to even do that. I just felt compelled to just want to come on, start recording, to upload what may have led to this sudden action that this DJ felt the need to resort to. And I just felt that, if anything, why I was as well, I felt compelled to want to come to you, the public, to bring my interpretation along with my intuitive abilities, along with my spirit team, and with my tools, the tarot cards, to kind of see, get some kind of sense to what may have happened. What was the trigger mechanism? What was the trigger that led to him taking the action that he did? And yes, unfortunately, people that resort to the action that Stephen Twitch decided to do, and just for reasons that are obvious. For one, I will not be using the word, the S word. I will not repeat that word. You know what I'm referring to, the S word that ends in E. I will not say it in this video. I will use other terms that will more or less relate to the action that was taken, that he took on December 13th, this past Tuesday. Before I go in, I will say that this won't be very long, but I want to say first and foremost that my heart goes out to his family, to his beautiful children, his wife, and his mom, and any other additional families, as well as the friends that he left behind. My heart goes out to them. This is something that I feel was unexpected. As far as the family goes, it was something that was unexpected, that they didn't see coming. And because there's family, and because that this is still fresh, this just happened, it's very fresh. With the other two readings I did in bringing you celebrity deaths, there was time that had passed for the healing of the families. This one, I really will say I was unsure if I wanted to wait and give it a little bit more time before I come in to feel what I intuitively and along with the cards may have allegedly took place, if I wanted to hold back in respect of the family. And there are other readers and other viewpoints as to what may have happened. But again, when I have come across the flood pouring of the comments that came in pertaining to Twitch, it's unbelievable how just about every single comment that I came across, there was one thing that most people remembered about him, was that he was someone that was very positive. His aura exuded someone that was happy, who had smiles, who seemed to have an ideal life. He had the home, he had the family, he had his children. And contrary to what that image looked like to the outsiders, at the end of the day, we truly do not know the things that goes on, or perhaps even the things that people might have that they have a good way to conceal. And when something occurs that can trigger that thing that that person have been concealing, perhaps for years, for months, for weeks, maybe days, it can come as a shock and a blow. And then we, the viewers, the outsiders, would feel and say, wow, they had this, they had that. But there are situations that sometimes can unfortunately rip that all apart, rip us to the core, where all of that, all of a sudden, doesn't matter, unfortunately. Looking at some of the videos that I saw on YouTube and just seeing what it is and how people feel what may have happened allegedly behind the action that he took to himself on Tuesday, there are some that say that this was a sacrifice, or asking if it was a sacrifice. From what I feel intuitively and channeling the energies as well as the cards that we will get into in a few minutes, I feel that it was not a sacrifice. I don't feel it was foul play. What I do feel is that there was an influence. The influence was connected to the trigger that led to his deletion of himself. So just because I know that recently, whenever we have been hearing about the sudden, untimely death of celebrities, particularly those in the music industry, generally it has been said that there has been some type of link, it being having to do with a sacrifice. And for the most part, yes, unfortunately, yes, especially within that industry. But as a whole, whether it's the music industry, the acting industry, these things do happen. But in saying that, not every single celebrity death will be linked to a sacrifice. And as I said before, that I feel that this was not a sacrifice. Now, as I said, there are other readers that have and is covering his reading in terms of what could have allegedly happened. And so as well, I am coming here to interpret what I feel may have allegedly taken place. So there will be different interpretations in the breakdown of what people feel may have happened. And we are not going to judge, or we are not going to feel a certain way, because I felt that readers would cover this. And again, what brought me to want to cover it is because at the end of it all, it's senseless. It doesn't make sense. With someone that was so happy and appeared to be happy, was that just an illusion for a short time? Something don't add up, right? So again, we're going to talk about what was the triggering motive behind Stephen Twitch taking the action that he did. So again, there will be certain things that I will not say out of respect for the family. I want to be able to interpret and bring this reading in a manner that would be showing sensitivity and compassion to his family at this time. I have already cleansed the space between me and you so that there is no distractions, that there is no unwanted energies other than the energies that will be discussed moving ahead with this reading. So without further ado, let us get started into understanding what took place, perhaps allegedly, leading up to Tuesday, December 13th. I am using this display of my tools, the tarot cards. So you guys can see the cards that have come out for Stephen Twitch reading to better understand, because as I've mentioned with the other two celebrity death reading, when decoding their deaths, whatever I sense and feel intuitively, you guys are not able to understand and tap into what I'm able to tap into. And so for you to understand what may have been taking place, or what it is and how I'm channeling what I channel behind a celebrity death, I bring to you by means of my tools, the tarot cards. And last but not least, also the aid and assistance of my wonderful spiritual team. They are with me to help guide me to be able to vibrate with the cards that will help you, the viewers, to understand again what allegedly may have taken place leading up to the tragedy that occurred with Twitch. Okay, so let us get started. Let me just drink something here right quick. Before we get started, so you'll understand the cards that are here. Twitch his zodiac sign was Libra. So that means he was an air sign, okay? So when you see the cards that represents the swords, that is his energy, okay? I always like to know the person's zodiac sign or their rising sign, because then you would understand and better see how their energy, how strong or how much of their energy plays into understanding when interpreting the reading with the cards that has come out for them. So if you guys need to zoom in, you may do so. Hopefully you guys can see. So let's get right into it. So these are all the cards that came out when I pulled cards to see what may have taken place. And these are the cards that came out pertaining to what happened. And the first card, the first card that came out of the tarot deck was the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. For those of you that are familiar with tarot cards, if you see lots of readings, if you understand the cards, if you see them on a regular, then you already know about the energy that the Seven of Swords is about and what is represented. And it's not a good energy. It's a negative energy, right? So the fact that this came out, and I always refer to this as the dominant tarot card that starts off the reading. So the fact that the Seven of Cards came out, the first card to come out, that kind of let me know that there has been something hidden. There is a secret, deception, but more like something that has been hidden. This is like a past energy. Whatever this is, it's been something that he may have, of course, known, may have been a part of, something secretly that his family didn't know. Particularly his wife may not have known what this secret is. But this is an energy that is quiet about it. So it's something that he may not have shared with his spouse, right? But again, this is something to me that I would say is like a red flag, but something to do with his past, okay? The next card following that is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles deals with money, okay? It's an offer. It's a presentation. It could be an offer to someone, or it's someone that's expecting something. So it can go either way, okay? We have the Three of Wands. So Seven of Swords, which, by the way, this is his energy, because remember I mentioned that he's a Libra. A Libra is an air sign. Swords represents the air element. So we have the Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Coming down, we have the Six of Swords, his energy again. From the Six of Swords, we move over to the Two of Wands. For the Two of Wands, there we have the Seven of Wands. So, what do these energies mean? What is the message that is coming in behind these cards? So when I channeled to understand what was going on, I channeled a strong energy of a feminine person. There is a woman, a feminine energy that is connected to whatever this is, to this secret, to this past. I feel that overall, Twitch was blackmailed. He was bribed. He was blackmailed into something that involved money, big money. And it was something that he did not want to give. Now, before we clarify how all of this and what this all means, once I pulled out the Seven of Wands, I looked at the bottom of the deck, which is something that we tarot readers do. We kind of look at the bottom of the deck to see what energy follows from this. Now we can stop there, or we might, if we feel the need to, we can kind of go in deeper into the bottom deck to see what other energies, other cards is there. And that's what I did. And I pulled out these cards, which represents further how and what these other energies play into. So before I move over to the other cards to clarify and understand more what and why I feel there is a feminine energy that's involved. When I spoke about earlier that it wasn't a sacrifice, but that he was influenced, I feel that this influence is being connected to a feminine energy, and this energy is the one that is in fact, or has in fact, tried to blackmail him into giving her money. Now, speaking about those bottom cards, okay, speaking about them cards, we're going to just put them right, we're going to put this board right here for now. You'll come back to the board. So the bottom of the card that came out from the last card, which was the Seven of Wands, we had the Two of Pentacles. Okay? The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is someone that is juggling two different, it could be lifestyles. It could be just two different kinds of responsibilities, if you will. Okay? Now, can that mean that a person may be juggling a double life, or that there is another responsibility that is taking place outside of his home or his family? So the Two of Pentacles, again, just represents an imbalance, but juggling acts. And sometimes one is more heavier than the next, but nonetheless, it's still something that is being juggled. It's trying to find a balance, because if you look, the Two of Pentacles, it's uneven, it's unbalanced, right? And again, we go back to his sign being a Libra. For those of you that know, Libra is about justice. Libras, they are about the scales being balanced, having equilibrium as much as possible in any area of their life. When they are out of balance, when they are out of sorts and feeling unbalanced with whatever it is in their life, that can bring on a lot of stress, pressure, and anxiety, because they like to have that ordinance. They like to have that balance, because they feel that they are more in control of certain things in their life, right? So the fact that this shows up, it shows that there was something, in fact, that he was trying to balance, but it was becoming too overwhelming. And maybe at the same time, it could also be decisions that is weighing on him as well. So you can take this how you see it, but it's more than what he wanted to take on. Okay? So after that, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, if you really look closely, is an energy. Doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine. This is just right now all energy here. It's the attitude. You look at the expression and the body language. This is a person who has money. It may not be a whole lot, but has enough that they do not want to share. They are withholding it back. So I feel that, was this his energy withholding back from wanting to give this feminine energy money? It's possible. It may not be, but it's possible. Behind the Two of Pentacles, or the Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is an energy of celebration, but it's also kind of, again, when you're weighing your options, when you're weighing things out, you're weighing at the end, what is going to make me happy? Or what is it that is disrupting my peace and happiness? So it can go that way as well. Okay? So when maybe things in your life may appear to be happy, but there is something behind the scenes that has come in, that has resurfaced, that is disrupting my happiness with my family and with my home. Is it this feminine energy that perhaps that has come in to disrupt this? Following that, we have the Lovers. Now, the Lovers, when it comes up in a reading, it can represent and be interpreted depending on the scenario of the reading and how the reading is flowing and what is it leading to. The Lovers in this reading can represent that did Twitch have some type of a connection? It may not have been an intimate connection, but was there a connection with this person strong enough? There was some type of a bond, some kind of close connection with this person. So this energy of the Lovers can represent something pertaining to that part, that past that I spoke about in the beginning with the Seven of Swords, that this could be part of this secret, this past energy that has been that had maybe happened somewhere in the past, and now it's resurfacing. That's a possibility. From the Lovers, now we move on to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone or an energy that is independent, is doing well for oneself. It could be it could be like the King of Pentacles, but it is an energy that is doing well, right? But what happens if the person is not doing well and they are looking for someone else to help them to get money? The feminine energy. This is where I feel the blackmail is coming into play. She perhaps may have blackmailed him to give him money. He refused. And when he refused, or may have communicated, when they communicated, I feel that there was some kind of communication, maybe a month ago, a month and a half ago. Maybe there's something that came in, but it was some kind of communication pertaining to this feminine energy, where this energy wanted money from him that he was not willing to provide for whatever reason. Okay? This energy has resurfaced now. This energy from the past has resurfaced. And this attitude, when you really look, this attitude is like, you are refusing and you don't want to give me what I'm saying. Well, if you do not, I am going to expose you. I am going to reveal something that you don't want me to. So it's like she may have threatened him, or he may have, for argument's sake, or just however this can go, because this can be flipped. For argument's sake here, just for fairness, that the person may have threatened him that if he doesn't provide the money, that they will expose something to his family, particularly to his wife, perhaps. and it was something that they were really trying to avoid to do, but it was like a threat. So it's almost like they have the right hand, the upper hand. And this is why this energy is looking the way it is, because it's like, you have no choice, because at the end, you know you don't want this to be exposed. You don't want this to be leaked out, because I will. So you have to give me what I'm asking for. So that's what I picked up, okay? Behind this Queen of Pentacles, we have, that followed, the Nine of Swords. His energy, again. Look at the energy. Look at the picture very closely. This is a person that is worried, who's nervous, who's concerned. Time is running out, or perhaps feel that time is winding down and something has to be done about this before something blow up, come out, however you want to put it. He may have had sleepless nights. Now my thing is, because I didn't tap into it, did his spouse notice anything different about his behavior in the past month, past 2 weeks or so? Anything that she noticed? I'm really wondering, did she, like, I would like to hear if in fact at some point, because somehow something is going to come out in the open pertaining to this. It could be weeks, it could be months, but I would like to see if in fact she mentioned that she did notice some peculiar behavior behind him in the last month or so, or 2 weeks. If she did, this will make sense. And so again, this energy here, he may have had sleepless nights, but also I feel that maybe he may have put himself in another room. I feel also that during this time leading up to that, he wanted to be alone, and perhaps may have distanced himself from his family, from his wife, maybe sleeping in another room in the house, because of now what has come into him that has him concerned and perturbed. Okay? And then after the Nine of Swords, we come to the Major Arcana card, energy of the Towel. You can kind of figure out what kind of energy this is. For those of you that not familiar with this towel energy, for those that know, you know what this represents. But for those that don't, if you really zoom in and look, what do you think this can represent? What do you think this tower energy, the depiction here, what it really truly symbolizes? It symbolizes disruption. It symbolizes something sudden, unexpected, surprises. In some context, it can be good surprises. But in some, it can also represent something negative, something that you didn't expect, right? And so this is what I'm saying, is that this feminine energy came basically out of nowhere in the past and just all of a sudden popped up recently that he didn't see coming. Okay?